I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're venturing into the enchanting world of Gumper's Circle of Love by Cherry Okonski. In this touching sequel of the Gumper the Rabbit series, we meet Gumper, a rabbit who, much like the little boy he befriends, knows the feeling of being different. Together, they explore the depths of friendship and the boundless circle of love, proving that belonging comes in many forms. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank our team at Atticus Publishing for helping us put her in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support writers like her by subscribing to our channel and purchasing her wonderful books. The links are below this interview. Cherry, great to see you here today on Spotlight.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be with you today, Logan. Thank you.
Well, I'm thrilled to have you on the show. I love the Gumper series. How did you come up with this idea for Gumper, and why did you name him Gumper?
Well, I actually wrote the first book in the series about 25 years ago.
Hmm.
And it was just, I went to a pet store actually, and I was looking for a pet, and I found this little dwarf bunny at the pet store.
Hmm.
And he shared a pen with a guinea pig. And so I took the rabbit home and wondered what his life would have been like with this little guinea pig. And so it was just an imagination. I'm really an artist. I'm not a writer, but when I got home with this little rabbit, it just inspired me. And so I sat down and I wrote this story about Gumper the rabbit. And um, he had short ears. This little rabbit that I got had short ears. And so, of course, I thought of the Disney character Thumper, and I
Hmm.
didn't want to name Thumper, so he became Gumper. So
Okay,
that's how he got his name.
very cool. And that's how the story of Gumper was born, from your real life pet, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
awesome. Do you still
absolutely.
have rabbits?
No, I
No.
don't. No,
Yeah.
no. We have a cat, but he's with my son now. So,
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Sounds good. Sounds
yeah.
good. So let's talk about Gumper's Circle of Love, which is the latest book in the series. Give us an
Yes.
overview of that story.
So Gumper is, as I said, he's a little bunny and he's born different. He's born with short little ears. And because of that, he has a special gift. He can hop higher than most bunnies.
Hmm.
And the story takes place the next day at the pet store, and Gumper's kind of showing off, and he spots a little boy that's sitting down and he can't stand up like other children.
Hmm.
So his friend Oink, the guinea pig, that's his best friend. So Gumper and Oink are best friends. And Oink points out to Gumper that, hey, that little boy over there, he wants to pet you, but he can't. So Gumper goes over to him and they become, really good friends. And Gumper sees that he's a little different as Gumper is. And so they form this bond.
Hmm.
And so then Gumper and the little boy become really great friends until Gumper realizes that something's missing later in the story.
Hmm.
And then Gumper and Oink, in the end, love triumphs in the
Hmm.
story, and then it's a happy ending in the story. Yeah,
Wonderful. Wonderful.
yeah.
It's a great story. It feels like an instant classic to me. Have you
Mhm.
thought about this as like an animated short or a series of cartoons or something like that?
I have, yes,
Yeah.
I do. I see Gumper touching children's lives in a big way. He has an innocence about him, this character, and yet a depth. I see him. I actually, we have a mascot, Gumper. So we've been having a lot of fun lately with him. He's been going to schools with me and we've been reading his stories. And then Gumper, the mascot, comes out and the kids get to high five him and give him a hug. And we've been going to different shows with him. And so I see this character going on is bigger than life. He has a lot of good things to teach. He's very positive, and like I said, he has innocence and wonder, and I see him as a cartoon character, as a character that is relatable to kids, that will teach them about bravery and
Mhm.
about the uniqueness of everybody having their own gift and talent, and of course, love. And he teaches that kindness is cool. So
Awesome. Those are all
yeah,
great values, all great lessons for children and adults as well. So I agree
yeah.
that would be a great series of cartoons or animated feature or however they choose to make it. Um, Tell us a little bit about the illustrations in the book.
Sure. So, as I said, I've drawn since I was little, and so I've always considered myself an artist that writes now.
Mhm.
Um, but so I see children's books right now that it seems like they're being mass produced and coming out to kids, and a lot of computer art, which is great, and kids
Mhm.
love the vibrant colors and everything. But I wanted to do something a little different.
Mhm.
And so I wanted more of a softer touch and kind of go back to the old series, kind of like the Beatrice Potter and the
Yep.
Peter the Rabbit books. And so I chose colored pencils to give the characters a softness. And what I'm finding, which I didn't realize would happen, is kids want to touch, little ones want to touch the pages of the book. And
Hmm.
especially children, that have like a sensory disorder, they want to touch that. And I don't think that the computer generated art, affords that as much. So I feel like the softness of the difference of the illustrations really draw kids into the stories.
Great. So the illustrations are yours as well as the text, which is great. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
yes,
great.
yes.
That's
All the
wonderful.
illustrations are mine. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us how many books there are in the series right now.
Well, right now, I guess technically there's two. So the
Okay.
first book was The Secret of Gumper the Rabbit.
Hmm.
Although I did have it translated into Spanish.
Hmm.
So there's a Spanish version of that one. And then the second book is Gumper's Circle of Love. And I'm currently
Okay.
writing the third book. Yeah.
Okay. And what's the third book going to be called? Do you have a working title yet?
Nope, not yet.
Okay.
I know where I'm going with it, but I don't have the title yet.
Okay, great, great. So you must
Yeah,
really
yeah.
be enjoying writing and drawing for these books. It kind of utilizes every side of your brain here, right?
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, it stretches me. There's no doubt about it. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, but I can immerse myself into this world of wonder and imagination. I have two boys, and
Mhm.
it's always important to me to foster that creativity.
Mhm.
And I think as long as we can keep that with our kids, especially in a world like today where, children have a lot of devices, at their
Mhm.
fingertips, and they're being taught what to think and how to think. And I think to set this foundation of creativity and wonder and innocence for as long as possible really helps them to give a foundation as they grow into young adults that they carry with them always. So,
Absolutely.
so
I think
yeah,
it's important for kids to look at a book like this, to read it, to use their brains, their imagination, look at the pictures, as opposed to constantly scrolling or looking at a device, like you said. Yeah.
yeah, I do
Yeah.
too. And I think they're losing critical thinking skills too, as you
Oh,
know,
sure.
with the devices. So yeah, so it's kind of one of my missions is to prolong that as possible with the children that we touch.
Now,
Yes.
have you had the opportunity to read the book to some kids?
Oh my goodness, yes.
Okay, tell us about
Yeah.
that.
Oh, that's the best part because I was just at a school 2 weeks ago, and it's interesting because we went to three kindergarten classes,
Mhm.
and then we went from there to three third grade classes. And the age group probably of my story is I think it's between 3 and 8, although as I'm reading to older kids as I'm going along in this journey, I'm seeing that they are really connecting with Gumper, and they want to know more.
Mm.
So I just got a letter from one class, and each child wrote down just what the book did for them and how they connected with the character. And then they all gave me ideas of what to do with the third book, where they wanted to see Gumper and his friend Oink go.
Great.
And I went into third grade just wanting to read the first story, but they wanted the second one too. So to see, and then the kindergartners, that's another group, the just the wide-eyed young and innocent little ones, just really the story is not a short story. but it holds their attention. They want to see what happens with Gumper. And then of course, you know, the mascot, as I told you, comes in, and, you know, the little ones all want to run up and hug him, and it makes it real for them. But to see, to be with the kids, that's, and to see their imagination flow, and you know, that they are so involved in this character, and they identify with his love and kindness, and to put good positive words out there and into their hearts is the best for me.
Wonderful. I'm sure it's a great experience for you and the kids. The name of the book is Gumper's Circle of Love. It's an amazing book. It's a great story. It's part of a series, Gumper the Rabbit series, and more books are coming, and they are delightful to read. And hopefully, Hollywood, if you're listening, this would be a great animated series as well for children. They need some great quality material to watch that teaches them great values as well. Sherry, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Thank you very much, Logan. Thank you for having me.
All the pleasure's all mine. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.